guys, and welcome to part 4 of Kerbal Space Program Career Mode. I'm Koza. As you will notice in the top center of the screen, I have a bit more money, and while you were away I also upgraded the tracking station. I finished off the missions to... I can't see it there. Where can we see it? Let's go to Mission Control and Archives. I finished off the mission to ferry the tourists. That's completed, and I also done a few tests and parts for the R&D company, and hauled some decouplers and that up into space. As you can see there, they're done 500,000 meters and 200,000 meters. Also tested a couple of engines. So let's leave the facility. We have in this episode, as you can mostly tell by the title, we are going to the moon, but we're not going to land on it. And I thought, keeping it a bit sort of realistic, I want to send a unmanned mission to the moon first, so we have a bit of a sort of gauge on what we'll need to send a manned mission to the moon, or the Mun. So I'm going to build like a sort of probe-esque with a bit of science on it, because I don't want it to just get there and do nothing. So I'm going to add a reaction wheel, because we might need one of them, and a few batteries. Because at the end of the day, I don't think in real life they would just send a manned mission there. I don't know if they sent probes there before the actual moon landings, but I want to send a probe because we ain't done an unmanned mission yet, so it's a good idea to do one. I think 4 of these solar panels will be enough to keep power up. I might add another 4 just in case. Don't like the way that looks, to be fair. I think 4 would be enough. Also want this, and I want to put 2 thermometers on, because I'm not too sure whether if we send it the data back it renders it unusable. So I want to try and get both the low lunar orbit and high lunar orbit in one. So I'm just taking 2 just in case. 2 mystery goo containers, and we need something to send the information back. We unlocked the high gain antenna last time round. Hopefully this will not interfere with the solar panels as I sort of extend them. That's the word I'm looking for. So it will look like that once it's up there, which I think it's not bad considering what we have to work with here. And to get this sort of aerodynamically stable, I'm just going to stick that on it. It might work. I don't know whether this affects or stops anything sort of overheating in the climb, but yeah, I mean, we don't have any smaller fuel tanks, so I'm gonna have to stick one of them on, which I'm not happy about either. I'd like a smaller fuel tank, but we can only work with what we have to work with. Then no, we don't want that big decoupler there, we just want a smaller one. Let's see if we can... I know you can... I think that looks actually quite nice, actually, like that. It's overkill engine and overkill fuel tank for this, but it's going to have a lot of delta V, so hopefully we can use this sort of probe more than once. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it on like in orbit over the moon. Might do. Might be a good idea to keep it in orbit over the moon. So that's basically what we're taking up. So let's grab this and move it up a bit to get us there. Right. just going to add 4 of these FLT 400 fuel tanks, and I'm going to add not a Reliant, I want a swivel engine, and then I'm going to add 2 more decouplers. Let's make sure they're, and I'm going to put maybe, I don't know how many, all depend, this is all trial and error, might be a big massive failure. Put 2, 1 there, and then that small one, like, because we ain't got the, I'd like to run the fuel lines to this engine, then we'll have a full stack here to get to the moon, but we don't have the fuel lines yet. As I say, work with what we have. You know what, I'm just going to take that off and put 2 200 ones there. Could just add 400 really, couldn't I? So let's get rid of them. Add 400 to the top, and then you know what, I am, because I'm a bit dubious about Delta V, so I'd like to have a lot more than what we need. Reliant engines there, they're a bit more powerful, they give us a bit more thrust. And let's link this together and link the top section together, and I'm also going to link it from the nose cone to there. Yeah, I think that's a pretty smart looking rocket there. Gonna add the side boosters on. Fairly cheap way of pushing us off the launch pad. And add the aerodynamic nose cones to them as well. Oh, nearly forgot the winglets. I don't know if the probe can steer these, but we'll find out. I don't want 2, I want 4 winglets. Don't clip onto the... yeah, sweet. There you go. It all remains to be seen whether this will work. But... so we have our inline reaction where we have the sort of batteries, we have some experiments to do, we have a own sort of renewable energy source to keep us what's the word, to keep us charged up with batteries. There you go. So let's put our sort of launch stabilizers on. I don't know what the correct term for these are called, but I'm just going to call them that. So we used 2 there, so why ain't that one? Why is that one not? Yeah, there you go. So what shall we call this spacecraft, if you will? I'm going to call it Lunar something. I'm going to call it Lunar Probe 1. Let's call it Mark 1, because I like to have my sort of, as my rockets evolve, I know like sort of this is an old style sort of probe. So we're going to save that. And that's it, that's all we can do really. Don't have no crew because it's an unmanned mission. Oh really? Switch it out. Didn't mean to click that. So let's go then. Let's just launch and see. Oh, we need to sort out our staging before I forget. I mean, hopefully this has enough Delta V to get to the moon. It's not that hard to get to the moon, but it ain't hard without the sort of fuel lines. So we have our 2 Reliant engines. I want this one burning with for them as well. That will all go at once. Then I think they'll run out. Oh no, they'll run out first. So we'll put the boosters there, and then that engine starts. So let's send our lunar probe. We are finally going to the moon. Let's go. Oh, look, before I do, let's add some throttle. 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Lunar 1 is a go. Maybe could have put some struts here. Should have really put some struts there. How we doing? We're not climbing very fast, so let's just push the throttle up a bit more. These are very heavy, so they're giving us the initial sort of blast out the launch pad. I don't think I have. No, we're speeding up now. Now we're getting a bit lighter. There you go. There you go. Let's just keep going straight up because I don't want it to tip over. As soon as that engine runs out, press the decouple button, and we're going to keep going. I'm going to throttle up to 100%. Let's admire that. Couldn't actually tip over now. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit unstable. Oh, yeah, it's very unstable. Oh, that'll do. 45 degrees. How are we doing on reaching space? There we go. We're reaching there slowly. Good. I'm gonna just aim along the horizon now. Hopefully get this stage all burnt out. Oh no, we don't want to get this stage burnt out, do we? We don't want to get that stage burnt out because we might need it to circularize. Orbit. Oh, there it is. Look, that's our destination. So I'm just going to save some of the fuel for our circularization burn. This little reaction wheel is not going to help us tremendously, but this is the most this will be the most costly of burns, I think. And then once we've done that, we can sort of tell how much more we need to get to the moon. Didn't need all that altitude really. Bit of a waste there. We could also now, I think for the first time in this career mode, set maneuver nodes, being as I've upgraded the tracking station. So we need to burn for 30 odd seconds. Just gonna, well, we don't want to come that far out, so let's do it about there. That'll do. Yep, that'll do. That's good enough. We'll turn to marker that we need to, the blue marker, and then press M. Node in 40 seconds. So we want to start burning around the sort of, I don't know, 29-second burn, 15-second mark. I'm going to start burning. So wait for the 15-second mark and then just throttle up to full power. There you go. Shouldn't be a long burn with these powerful engines here. Hopefully we can get this done before they run out. Let's detach them. Hopefully they'll fall back. Well, they will fall back. That's handy. Right, now I'm just going to slowly use the engine, what we have left, to... There you go. That's our orbit nearly done. X there. There you go. Right, so we have circularized our orbit. Now, how do we get there to the moon? Well, the moon is over here, 11 million meters away, 11.4 million meters away. So we want to set as the target, and the beauty about the moon's orbit is parallel with Kerbin's orbit. So we want to sort of set that as a target, and around, see, I'm thinking about here, we want to sort of do a burn to push our orbit outwards towards the moon. It's very sort of difficult to explain for me because I don't know all the terms used, but we want to sort of use the maneuver node to set. We have an encounter there already. I'm gonna just move the maneuver node out of the way, and I'm gonna push outwards to about there, and then see what we can sort of. That's quite a high. I don't know the most economical way to do this, but let's just try moving that back so we don't need to burn for as long. We can sort of jiggle it about halfway, but there should be a way to see. We're not getting. There's normally a way to get it sort of captured there, but I think we have to actually burn before that. Let's move the prograde. No, does that bring it down? That does bring it down if we move it prograde. I think about there. That means we'll be 20,000 meters away from it. That's not bad. So we need to burn in 8 minutes. Burn time 34 seconds. I really hope we have 34 seconds worth of fuel. And that's the point that we want to aim at. Ignore all this sort of stuff. This is just doing it by using the maneuver node to sort of get an encounter. And that's our encounter. So we're going to burn around, well, exactly at this point here, and we're going to accelerate away from Kerbin's orbit and then get an encounter with the Mun. 34 seconds, so I want to start burning about 17, I suppose. Walk to the next maneuver, so we've got plenty of time. We're already orientated towards the. And I'm going to go into the staging view for this. Go full power. Oh no, not full power yet. We don't want to do it full power yet. What am I doing? Oh dear. So we want to wait until about 15 seconds, and then we're going to initiate this engine. Oh dear. Yeah, anytime now. Can't see it from here actually. Oh, missed my opportunity there. So yeah, that's our thing. We're going to need to stage and then continue our burn. And that's actually worked out quite well, I think. So all you really need to do is follow this sort of blue marker, and it will take you to the right sort of point that you need. There it is. So I'm just gonna keep the power sort of low, and as soon as we get there you go. That should be close of what we sort of set up. So let's have a look. You know what, that ain't too shabby. We have a moon encounter. So if we don't change nothing, how far are we away? 177,000 meters. So that's not bad. That really ain't bad at all. So right, I'm not even gonna bother resetting that. And let's press M and warp away from Kerbin. Bye bye, Kerbin. I'm gonna go too quick, so I'm gonna actually use the map to do it. Go and warp here. There it is, off into the distance, and we are approaching the Mun. Where's Kerbin gone? Oh, there it is, look. Nice. Right, so let's test out now. Let's extend our antennas. Whether this actually works, extend antenna. And we can actually use the, I know it don't really matter which way you face the antennas, they will always hit radio signal. But here we are here, so we're in space high above the moon, so we're going to do some science with our little probe. I'm going to log the pressure data, and look at that. Look, we actually send quite a good chunk of it back now to Kerbin. So I'm going to transmit. How much battery power are we using? Not much really. That was that sent, I do believe. And we'll send back, log the temperature. It's 11 science, so it's quite good. Observe the mystery goo. The goo seems to be less dense here. Gonna transmit that. We only get 8 science for it, but we might as well do it. That's all we can do, I think. But we now have got science first time in the lunar sphere of influence. Right, so let's face that to the right way. So we want actually, as we come into the sort of near the moon, we want to face retrograde. And I'm actually going to get into orbit and then just leave it here in orbit, leave it up here. Because that might work as a little communication relay to send more stuff back. So we're going to add maneuver and slow down as we reach our periaps. 77, that's quite close. And it's sort of on the equator. Could most probably turn it like that just to straighten it out a bit. Maybe it don't need to be perfect, I mean, really. It's only our first little probe we've sent there, but I do want to get sort of close, and I don't know whether that's close enough. So what I'll do is I'll put it a bit closer on the other side. 64, 34. You know, I think that's pretty darn close. 31, 30, 30,000. And then we have the sun as well, because I think we need line of sight with Kerbin to actually send stuff back to the Kerbal Space Center. So once we get round here, we can do our science in low lunar orbit. So let's face this way. We're going to need to be like that, and warp to maneuver. It's a 14-second burn that we need to do. So I'm just gonna wait for a bit. Could speed it up just a tad so that counts down a bit quicker. We want to start burning around 7 seconds, so let's start burning here. What are we doing here? Well, we're approaching the moon quicker than what its gravity can capture us. So we're basically burning backwards to slow ourselves down, and now we should be in orbit over the moon. Let's have a look how loaded we get, because we went overshot a bit, so we're at 21,000. I'm just going to use this to lower that a bit. 19. Just going to turn prograde. Nice 20,000 meters should be fine. So we can get nice and close up and have a good old butchers at it. Gonna. There you go, 20,000. Let's warp around to here because I want to actually. We won't be able to send the science data back, so I want to. How much fuel do we have? Oh, we have plenty of fuel. So I think it is. We don't need to crash this into the moon. We're coming really close in now. And we can finally see the textures mod that I've got installed, what it does to the moon. For some reason, I can't move the rocket around. Oh, because I don't have a connection to the KFC. So it does. We need a connection to actually move probes around because this is unmanned. So what's happening here is, as you can see, we don't have a connection to the Kerbal Space Center, which is a pain because we're like sort of on the dark side of the moon, so we're totally alone. This probe, so we have no control over it. That's interesting. I didn't know this. This weren't a feature on the Xbox. So as soon as we see that green line, we'll be able to. There you go. I think it does. It really is a give or take. But that looks like it's going through, but it's not. We can actually control it now. But what I want to do is look at the other side at what we're coming down to. I don't want to give it too much, but I want to come down to about 20k. Stop it there. 21. Oh, that's not good. That's fine. I don't think we'll go crashing into the moon. No. I wanted to circularize it, not bloody. No, that's fine. That is fine. That is cool. So now we can start doing our science experiments, and let's put our satellite. I want to put it like that, I think. So it's always facing the. I know it don't matter, but so the dish is always facing sort of backwards to Kerbin. And we're going to do this test log pressure data. This instrument reads 0 as if it were in a vacuum. So this is a atmospheric pressure scan of space near the moon. And I didn't mean to keep that. I don't want to do that. Review data. And we want to send that back to Kerbin. Electric charge should be going up because we're in the sun now, and our solar arrays should be solar panels should be grabbing the sun's energy, which they are. Yeah, the electric charge is slowly recharging. Mostly because I just used a lot to send that data back to Kerbin there. And the temperature we want to get, log temperature. Let's send that back. And last but not totally not least, we want to observe the mystery goo. And we'll transmit that data back as well. Transmit this data will render this model inoperable. Yep, that's fine. Transmit the data. There you go. We had enough electric charge to send all them experiments back as well. So, guys, we're not going to return this to Kerbin. I'm quite happy to leave it in orbit. Our first sort of look like probe / satellite round the moon, and we send in our data back to Kerbin. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. First trip to the moon has been done and completed. If you did like the video, please give a thumbs up, and also if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. I'll leave you with a couple of sort of this last sort of picture as I leave you to it. Cheers, thank you very much, and bye.
That's good.